Wait. If nagpaplano ka ng trip to Bali soon, malamang nalulula ka na sa dami ng hotels and areas na pagpipilian. Saan ba best magstay? Sa Kuta ba? Seminyak? Ubud? Or sa iba pang area? Don't worry, in this video, we'll help you figure out what's best for you. Hey there, Tipiter, we are Vince and Josh. Before natin i-discuss yung best places to stay in Bali, know that we consistently publish informative travel videos. So please take this time to subscribe to this channel. Itap nyo lang yung subscribe button, ring the bell beside it, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our future uploads. Pwede rin kayong mag-join sa The Poor Traveler Support Group on Facebook. It's a Facebook group kung saan yung mga members nagtutulungan sila and nag-share ng mga travel tips. Pag may question kayo or kailangan nyo ng opinion, pwede kayong mag-post dyan. Marami ding mga naging friends and travel buddies sa group. And very helpful talaga ang mga members. Just go to www.facebook.com/groups/thepoortraveler. Okay, let's get back to the video. Pag tinignan mo yung Bali sa mapa, mukha siyang maliit, di ba? First-timers easily assume na maliit talaga siya or kasing liit siya ng Phuket or Santorini or Singapore. Pero yung totoo, Bali is a big island. Mukha lang siyang maliit kasi katabi ito ng Java, which is much bigger. In fact, it is 8 times bigger than Singapore, 10 times bigger than Phuket, 64 times bigger than Santorini, and 500 plus times bigger than Boracay. Sa Pilipinas, size-wise, it's more comparable to the entire island of Cebu or Leyte. Bakit ko sinasabi to? Kasi it matters when you're choosing the area to stay. You have to understand the island's geography first. So, ito ang Bali. It is composed of 8 regencies and 1 city, Denpasar. Yan yung capital city ng Bali. Understanding its geography is even more important considering na its key attractions are scattered throughout the island. Yung Denpasar International Airport, it's located here. Much of the tourism activities happen in the southern edges of the island, in particular here along this beach, where you'll find Kuta, Legian, Seminyak, and Canggu. Ubud, another tourist hotspot, andito naman siya. And kahit na mukhang magkalapit ang Kuta and Ubud sa mapa, in reality, they're almost 2 hours apart and longer pa during rush hours. Yung UNESCO World Heritage Sites na Taman Ayun Temple and Jatiluwi Rice Terraces are located here and here. Tapos yung sikat and dinarayo na Tirtaganga, Limpuyang Temple and yung Instagrammable gate niya, yung Gate of Heaven, located naman yan dito all the way to the east. Ang Uluwatu naman is in the extreme south, right here. Again, these destinations are around 2 hours apart. But to make it even more complicated, the incredibly picturesque Nusa Penida is in a separate island pa. Andito naman yan. Hence, the best area to stay depends on the places you want to visit, especially if you only have a few days. Bawat area ay may pros and cons. So, let's break down each of these tourist hotspots one by one. By the way, this is in no particular order ha. Yung numbers are just there for easier reference. Pero unahin na natin ang Kuta. Kuta siguro ang most popular area among tourists, lalo na sa mga first-timers. Actually, sabi nila, it put Bali on the map of international travelers. Pag-usapan natin yung mga pros. Ang Kuta ay part of Badung Regency and yung location niya, very convenient. Malapit sa airport and may beach. You'll find almost everything you could possibly need here. May mga ATMs, money changers, banks, convenience stores, restaurants, bars, shops, tour agencies, may mga motorcycle rentals, halos lahat ng maisip mo, meron sila dito. It's also where many tours kick off since most agencies are based in the area. And of course, Kuta is famous or infamous, depending on how you feel about it, for its wild, energetic nightlife. Sa Kuta mo rin makikita yung biggest cluster of accommodation sa Bali. Sure, merong mga upscale hotels around, pero it's best known for its budget and backpacker-friendly options. Kung ang habol mo ay beach vibe with easy access to everything, including the airport and vibrant nightlife, Kuta may be for you. Yun nga lang, Kuta doesn't have a sterling reputation. And some of the criticisms are not unfounded. Marami sa mga seasoned travelers advise against staying here. Sabi nila it's overhyped, overcrowded, and overdeveloped. And it's true that Kuta is incredibly busy and touristy. Yung traffic jams dito very common, especially during rush hours. And you have to be alert kasi many of Bali's cases of scams, pickpocketing, and phone or bag snatching ay dito. Pero wait. Let's be clear. Ang Bali, generally safe yan ha. Yung crime rate sa island is pretty low and violent crimes are rare. Never ko na feel na unsafe ako dito sa Bali, even sa Kuta. But you have to secure your valuables when walking around Kuta and nearby areas and dapat vigilant ka parate. Ang pwede mong gawin is, kung gusto mo magstay sa Kuta, pero gusto mo ng a little bit of kapayapaan, choose a bigger, well-appointed hotel. Recently, yung team namin was able to stay at Anathera Resort Kuta. It's a modern mid-range hotel conveniently located just a few minutes from Kuta Beach and yung main shopping and nightlife areas. Meron siyang balance of accessibility and comfort. So it's a great base para sa mga travelers na gusto nila na malapit sa action pero kapag gabi, gusto nila ng peaceful retreat after a long day out. The property features a large swimming pool tapos meron ding kids pool, may gym, spa, tapos meron nga din silang lounge where guests can unwind. Yung room, malaki, bright, may private balcony overlooking the pool or garden, and meron ding free wifi, minibar, and flat screen TV. Hindi ito ang most luxurious option in Bali but it delivers solid value for money. You can book a deluxe room for two for as low as 560,000 rupiah or around 2,000 pesos per night kung ibubuk mo sa Agoda including taxes. And it can go even lower if you use our promo code AGODATPT which will give you 10% off. That's a lot of savings, lalo na if you're booking expensive hotels or multiple nights kasi it's capped at 100 USD or roughly 5,800 pesos. That's a big discount. To redeem this code, download and open the Agoda app and on the coupons tab, enter Agoda TPT. Dapat all caps ha. Then choose a property and room type and upon checkout, enter mo ulit yung Agoda TPT to apply the discount. You can use this code for most hotels on Agoda pero hindi sa lahat. Merong ibang hotels na hindi siya applicable pero more often than not, pwede naman. Okay, moving on, let's head over to Seminyak. Just like Kuta, itong Seminyak is a paradise for surfers and it shares the same coastline and the same spectacular sunsets only with more space to breathe. Think of Seminyak as Kuta's slightly calmer, classier neighbor to the north where the streets are lined with stylish villas, luxury resorts, and elegant spa retreats. You'll also find fine dining restaurants, designer boutiques, chic bars, eme-eme, ganyan. But that's not to say there are no affordable options. Meron din itong good selection of hostels and budget hotels. Many of these places cater to families and groups, making it a great spot if you want comfort without sacrificing convenience. And if you're a member of the LGBTQIA+ community, consider Seminyak because it also has an active gay scene. A section of Champong Tandok Road in Seminyak is the unofficial gay strip with gay bars, drag shows, and gay-friendly beach bars. It's also fairly close to the airport, just a tad farther than Kuta but still very accessible. Yung cons niya, well, Seminyak suffers from almost every disadvantage that you can say about Kuta. It's also crowded, it's bustling with traffic jams and all, pero hindi ganun kalala. Personally, between Kuta and Seminyak, I prefer Seminyak. We stayed at Grandma's Plus Hotel Seminyak, a big hotel. Hindi mo mamimiss. But they're offering budget rooms. We paid 2,443 pesos per night. Pero peak season yan. Kapag off-peak season, it can go as low as 1,190 pesos per night. 'Di ba? Sulit na. It's at an excellent location. Konting lakad lang nasa beach ka na. Tas ang daming restaurants, maraming bars. It's also perfect for travelers who want to stay in the heart of Seminyak pero ayaw nung mga mamahaling hotels. Yung rooms, medyo compact pero very modern, equipped with essentials like aircon, free wifi, and comfortable naman yung kama. Meron din silang maliit na swimming pool, like maliit lang talaga, an in-house spa, and a restaurant. All great for relaxing after a day of exploring. By the way, we compiled all our hotel and tour recommendations sa description ng video na to and pati na rin sa pinned comment. Or you can visit www.thepoortraveler.net/masterlist where we put all our recommendations for various destinations around the world, including Bali, Osaka, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and even domestic destinations din. I-save and i-bookmark nyo na rin yan for easier reference para hindi nyo na tinatype every time. Pero yun, that's Seminyak for you. Okay, next, Ubud. Ubud is often considered the cultural heart of Bali. It's perfect if you're after, well, culture, relaxation, and a greener side of the island. As a base for tourists, it has plenty of advantages. So, isa-isahin natin. Una, it's ideal kung gusto mo ng slower, more soulful experience away from the beach crowd. Meron dito mga art galleries, yoga retreats, wellness centers, local craft markets. Yung mga ganon, maraming ganon dito. Tapos, yung most accommodations dito, lalo na yung mga boutique resorts and villas, ang ganda ng setting. Minsan, nasa gitna ng rice paddies, minsan, nasa river valleys, ganon, offering peaceful views and strong sense of connection to nature. Ito yung madalas na nakikita nyo na kung saan nagsistay yung mga influencers. Diba, yung mga very Instagrammable, most likely, sa Ubud yon. Even those within the town center, yung mga properties na iba, yung mga villas ganyan, they still feel more secluded. Tapos, meron din silang more private vibe. Yung floating lunch tray, ganyan. Madaming ganyan sa Ubud. Ubud is also well located for day trips to waterfalls, countryside temples, rice terraces, and scenic highland spots. So, to illustrate, tingnan natin ulit yung map ng Bali. Yung Ubud is nandito. And ito naman yung ilan sa most iconic countryside attractions sa Bali. Andyan yung mga rice terraces, temples, night markets, waterfalls, ganyan. 'Di ba? Nasa gitna siya, making it an excellent base. By staying here, mapupuntahan mo yung mga tourist attractions na yan without having to deal with the traffic jams sa Kuta, Seminyak, and Denpasar. At least for the most part. By the way, you'll find a lot of tours on Klook na nagsa-start or nagpipick up dito sa Ubud. So, going around should not be an issue. But if you book with them, please visit thepoortraveler.net/Klook to automatically redeem a 5% discount. You can also use our promo codes thepoortravelerKlook or TPTKlook5 for 5% off din. Puntahan naman natin yung disadvantages. Kanina nabanggit ko yung traffic. May traffic din dito sa Ubud. Kahit na yung reputation niya is very relaxing, ganyan, meron pa rin traffic, lalo na lately. Yung town center can get congested with cars and scooters, lalo na kapag peak hours. Pero at least, hindi siya kasing lala ng sa Kuta or Seminyak. But if you're traveling to Bali for the beach, well, it's quite far from the coast. Around an hour and a half or 2 hours nga, depending on traffic. Yung prices ng accommodation din, and even mga pagkain sa restaurants, they've gone up over the years. Kasi nga, mas nagiging popular, laging na-feature, ganyan. And although it's generally tahimik, may nightlife din naman dito, pero very limited compared to coastal areas nga. Here in Ubud, we were able to try Ari Cottages. Very charming na 3-star boutique property tucked away sa Jalan Made Leba in the Pengosecan area ng Ubud, just outside downtown. So, very quiet. But it's only a short stroll from popular restaurants, cafes, and shops. And yung pinakagusto ko about it, right across the road is a supermarket. Siyempre, may mga cottages dito sa Ari Cottages, pero meron din silang yung mga usual rooms. And meron tong mga terraces that overlook their swimming pools. Yung nakuha namin na room comes with daily afternoon tea, pero we didn't get to avail of it kasi we were always exploring outside. Tapos, very thoughtful din kasi meron silang mga insect repellent spray sa loob ng room. Ganun. Basta okay naman, na-enjoy namin talaga to. And ang friendly nga din pala nung staff. Very welcoming. It's a fantastic choice if you want a stylish, mid-budget stay with a bit of character dito sa Ubud. We paid 4,600 pesos per night pero peak season ito. Kapag off-peak season, you can get a room for as low as 2,167 pesos per night. Yung Kuta, Seminyak, and Ubud are the three most popular areas for tourists in Bali. Pero the island has many other corners that may be ideal for different types of travelers. Canggu, another village further north along the same beach as Kuta and Seminyak, okay din dito. It's much quieter, more laid back, and cheaper din. It has a good selection of hotels and hostels and pati apartments na open for weekly or monthly rent, tapos marami ring mga co-working spaces. Because of its atmosphere and affordability, it's become a favorite among digital nomads and those na gustong magstay sa Bali longer than usual. Ito namang Denpasar, ito yung capital ng Bali. It can give you a taste of Balinese city life na away from the tourists. Maraming tao, pero mostly locals. It has its share of worthy attractions too, from local markets to important temples. Pero yung pinakagusto ko dito, yung food scene nila dito, offering not just authentic Balinese fare, but also other Indonesian cuisines. Nag-food tour kasi kami dito and merong mga Sulawesi dishes, merong Java, diba? Hindi lang siya Balinese. May beach naman ang Denpasar if you think about it. Kasi yung Sanur area, part naman siya ng Denpasar and it's a beach area. Pero yung city center is far from the coast. And kahit na yung airport dito sa Bali is also called Denpasar Airport, actually, it's in Badung, na outside Denpasar. In reality, yung city proper ng Denpasar is much, much farther from the airport than Kuta or Seminyak. Ang Nusa Dua naman, para siyang polished, family-friendly face ng Bali. Marami dito mga luxury resorts, each with pristine beachfronts and top-notch facilities. So yung vibe dito, very serene, very secure, okay for honeymooners, families, mga yayamanin, ganyan, or anyone who just wants to relax without yung usual Bali chaos. The beaches dito, malawak, gentle, perfect for swimming or water sports. Pero on the flip side, it feels a bit removed from authentic local life. Kasi most of the action ay within the resort grounds lang. Uluwatu naman is perched on Bali's southern cliffs and it offers some of the island's best ocean views and sunsets. Accommodation options dito range from budget to luxury. Kaya lang yung area, spread out siya with limited transportation modes and much fewer commercial establishments. Hindi ito ideal kung ang hanap mo ay yung mga walkable neighborhoods kasi hindi ito yon. But it's a haven for surfers and for those who want to stay somewhere much quieter pero accessible pa rin from the airport. So, alin ba yung best area to stay in Bali? I think that depends on what type of traveler you are and kung ano yung itinerary mo. If you're a backpacker or budget traveler who likes to party and want to be in the center of the action or gusto mo malapit ka rin sa dagat, Kuta might be a good choice. It's lively, loud, and loaded with affordable hotels and hostels, and perfect if you love nightlife, easy beach access, and meeting other travelers. Pero hindi ito for you if gusto mo ng tahimik. If friends kayo looking for trendy spots, perhaps Seminyak is the place to be. It has a mix of comfort, convenience, and style, and marami ding mga great restaurants, shopping spots, and beach clubs. Pero hindi ito kasing busy or kasing crowded ng Kuta. If you're an explorer and you want to see much of the island, gusto mong makakita ng maraming temples, maraming waterfalls, ganyan, stay in Ubud. Its location makes it an ideal base for daters to the temples, waterfalls, and rice terraces, and many other spots throughout the island. If you're a digital nomad who like a social creative scene, then choose Canggu. Expect modern villas, boutique guest houses, and co-living spaces. And very casual and fun yung vibe dito. And ideal if you want to work and have fun at the same time. If you're a couple on a romantic getaway, book a villa in Ubud or a resort in Nusa Dua or even Uluwatu. Your choice of accommodation will be crucial here. So always check reviews kung ano yung ibubok mo. Lalo na kung honeymooner ka, nagmamatter yung specific resort choice ninyo. If you're a luxury traveler who prioritizes comfort and relaxation, then Nusa Dua rin yung ideal for you. The gated resort areas are calm, clean, and safe with big hotels offering everything you need within walking distance. Great for those who want a stress-free beach holiday. Pero yun nga, luxury, so magastos. If you're a nature or culture lover, Ubud, hands down. If family kayo, stay in Nusa Dua if you have the budget and you want to stay away from the crowd. But if your family prefer to be close to more establishments, then Seminyak is a good choice too. If you're a foodie, then Pasar is great. Very vibrant din naman yung food scene ng Ubud, Seminyak, even Kuta. But in our experience, pinaka na-enjoy naming mag-food trip and mag-restaurant hopping, cafe hopping, mag-market crawl sa Denpasar. Personally, if I would return to Bali now, tapos may 6 nights ako, I would most probably stay in Ubud for the first 3 nights and in Seminyak for the last 3. Otherwise, kung shorter yung itinerary mo, kunyari 3 nights lang kayo, 4 nights, just choose one. Which one? Well, if you asked me 5 years ago, sabihin ko Seminyak kasi gusto ko yung malapit sa lahat, gusto ko may nightlife, alam mo yun. But now that I'm a bit older, I'd probably pick Ubud. Have you experienced staying at any of these places in Bali? Kamusta yung experience nyo? I-share nyo naman yan sa comment section below. If you have an upcoming trip to Bali, don't forget to use our promo codes. For hotels, book with Agoda and use Agoda TPT. For activities naman and tours, use the Poor Traveler Cloak or TPT Cloak 5. We get credited for every booking and you get discounts too, so it's a win-win for us. Kung na-enjoy niyo yung video na to, you can support us by liking and sharing this video with your friends. And remember, plan smart, travel safe, and make every trip worth it!